Stop talking.
And you can pretty much do it
Felger and Maz.
in perpetuity.
Yep. The Sports Hub.
Hey, Elliot, were you in contact with Mike at all today? And if so, how often were you guys in contact?
So last night, we kind of talked through things and made the decision that, the time away really needs to be time away. So we were not in contact with Mike today, other than some, just hope everything's going okay kind of text early this morning.
And just to follow up, when you talked to him last night, when day 2 ended, what kind of message did he leave you guys with headed into today?
Just words of encouragement. Like he knows our process. And again, we talked about what kind of players we needed to add. And, we knew what kind of players that he liked. And obviously we drafted some of the guys that, he had an affinity for today.
Maz is off this week because, of course, they fired Cora. So,
At what time?
It's just the way it's been going. Just a quick follow-up on Vrabel. What the hell's up with this? Seriously, like this little dance they're doing now with he's not going to be here, but he'll be in touch. Well, actually, we decided he's not going to be in touch. And then he's back at work today.
I'd love to know. It all feels like performative nonsense to me. Or what, you had one day to finalize a divorce that's happening? I just don't understand it. You were going for counseling, is basically how this was surmised, and you were going to be gone.
Again, I just want to reiterate that Mike Reese's initial report said he's going to be out of the state with his family this weekend, and he's seeking counseling.
Okay. But
I don't think Reese ever said he's going to counseling with his family on Saturday. I think people combine the two, unless it was alluded to somewhere else.
No, I've definitely done that. I read that and took that as it made to me the way it was written and the way this thing has been reported. I felt like he's going to be gone a while. Might be a few weeks, but he'll be back. A day?
Well, this
or
blows,
2?
We were just trying to figure out what the hell is this. And I was just trying to piece it together, just playing the same game everyone else is playing. Like, what the hell? It makes no sense that she would demand he go to therapy or demand he go into counseling, knowing you're doing it now.
Right.
Oh, no, actually, you can work Thursday, Friday, but we have to go Saturday. That just made no sense to me.
Because it's a PR stunt.
Well, so then on Friday, we were doing the show, and an emailer tipped me off to this idea, and I said, okay, well, this would make sense to me. If he's going in not for marriage counseling, but it's a 30-day program. It's substance abuse or something else. And it's a 30-day program. The Patriots mini camps begin at the end of May.
May 27th.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and let's say the coaches are doing May 24th to get everybody. So, like, the coaches are due May 24th for mini camps that begin May 27th. And so if Vrabel wanted to do his 30 days or his 28 days or his 33 days or whatever, he had to check himself in somewhere on Saturday. And then when I heard this about face from Elliot Wolf on Saturday, he said, well, actually, we decided on Friday we're not going to talk, that your time away needs to be your time away. Then I said to myself, oh, okay, well, here's what happened. He checked himself into the facility, and the first thing they do is give me your phone.
Yeah, they take the phone.
All right, now this is all our conspiracy theories adding up. I'm like, boom, we got one. Cha-ching. Score another one for Felger and Maz. And then Phil Perry came out today and said, no, he was at work today. I'm like, what?
Some fast counseling, baby.
Now what? I don't know. Now I'm back to what the hell. So now I refuse to believe. There's only one thing I refuse to believe. That she and they are going to make it work, and they had to go to counseling on Saturday. But not Thursday or Friday. And not Monday. Just Saturday. I can't buy that one. So then what was Saturday? What the hell was Saturday?
Got me. I'd love to know.
The moving truck? You have to be there for the moving truck?
It's a PR stunt gone wrong.
Why is
what it is.
So why is it a PR stunt?
Well, I mean, this is generally what happens, right? When somebody does the misstep, they say, I'm going to go away. I'm going to take care of some things. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to enter counseling. Now, whether that was actually on Saturday or not, I think that detail being in there is just PR 101 at this point. This is how you do crisis communications. When you screw up, you go to counseling, and then nobody can really criticize you because you're going to counseling. You're getting stuff taken care of, right?
Yes.
So that's why they said, and it's so important that he's going to miss the third day of the NFL draft. He is so committed to bettering himself that he's going to step away from work, and he's going to have a work-life balance.
I'm feeling you.
Yeah.
I feel that.
And it's a total piece of crap is what it is.
But then why this little dance of, but he's going to be in touch with us? That's what they said going into the weekend.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then you talked to Elliot Wolf after the draft on Saturday. And he said, well, actually, we decided. And this also happened on the air. On the
you had Peter Schrager reporting.
On the NFL Network coverage of the thing, Peter Schrager at one point said, and from my understanding, I didn't hear it, but, along the lines of what I'm hearing is that Mike Vrabel's in constant contact with the Patriots draft room. Except then an hour later, he's like, to update my previous report, they're actually not talking.
Well, you know what happened there is Schrager got off the air. He got the call. Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I wasn't supposed to say that. He's not actually in touch.
So give me a conspiracy theory. Just throw crap against the wall.
Mike Vrabel was there on Zoom all day Saturday.
But why did they want to admit it?
Because they don't want to take away from the PR approach. Well, he's going to counseling. He's taking this very seriously.
I see.
Right. So he's taking it so seriously that he's skipping the third day of the draft, and we're not going to be in touch with him. And then all of a sudden the news gets out. No, Vrabel's on Zoom the whole time. He's consulting on every pick, and then it's what? He's definitely not on Zoom. He's definitely not talking. He's taking this very seriously. He's going to counseling.
If he's actually on the horn with them all day, it undercuts the
seriousness
the weight
of the whole thing.
of him going into counseling.
Yes, he was there on Zoom. He wasn't in the building. He was a part of the whole thing. I bet you nothing was going on Saturday. If I'm going to go full conspiracy theory on you, it was just, I'm going to step away to show how seriously I'm taking this thing. And he's still working. Of course he's still working. All of these guys work.
I just can't believe they're trying to save the marriage. I sound like an a-hole, but I just can't. Like, guys, life is too short, please. I don't know. I would just take the 6+ year affair, perhaps child out of wedlock, as like a sign. I don't know, maybe just like a sign.
Perhaps. Yeah, that it's not salvageable.
I don't know. I'm pretty dense, and I really have to be hit over the head with certain things. But this would be one of them. This would even penetrate my rock head of maybe this isn't meant to last. So that's what I just can't. I can't believe they're actually doing that.
I don't believe any of this.
But
how could you?
Okay, so I like it. So it's just a fake out that to get people to think that he's taking this seriously. I'm checking myself in, but I'm going to be in constant contact. Well, then how seriously are you checking yourself in? Oh no, never mind. I'm not talking to anyone. No, I'm taking a full day. But now he's back on Monday?
Sure thing. Right. No, the counseling happened very fast.
Yeah. He's
fully counseled.
Speed reading?
This has completely thrown a wrench into any wacky conspiracy theory that I had, that he's just back in a couple of days. Yeah. So what the hell was this getaway this weekend? Because my understanding is he was out of town.
Your understanding? What else is your understanding? Ooh. What else do you understand?
They have a home somewhere in Utah.
Utah?
Yes.
Oh, he does in Park City.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
But that's where he was. I don't know if it was they, but he was. My understanding is that's where he was this weekend. But I figured that was until further notice, not 2 days later, and that's far. It's a pain in the ass flight. So you left for
not.
A day or so.
Super easy. The nonstops to Salt Lake. Now you're 45 minutes away. No, it's actually why you go. It's so convenient to go ski in Utah. So convenient. And I hate it. That's why I'm like, I can't stand skiing, but it's like,
you
it's
sound
so
uniquely
easy.
qualified to speak on it.
Believe me, I get how many trips I get dragged to. Interesting. How does that,
well, here's you want to know, Mike? Yeah. It's he's not in the building, so you can still sell everybody on the fact that he's not in the building, he's getting away. He's probably out skiing. After the draft, of course, was done, he got the hell out of town for a weekend, get away from the noise, get away from all of it. But he wasn't going for counseling or anything like that. He was still working on Saturday. He
was definitely working on Saturday. You don't report that. I mean, that whole thing felt like someone got a phone call and got yelled at.
Yes.
Track that story.
Of course it was.
Pete Schrager.
But what a dance. Like, why would they say in the first place?
They should have never said anything.
Mike, why would they screw it up in the first place? Have you seen the way they've tried to handle this crisis? Mike, hire a better crisis communications guy. Hire your better PR guy, because the way you've approached this thing has not worked. So, wait a minute. Are you suggesting to me?
You do PR in the real world, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I'd be better than this.
So no wonder why you're okay.
You do PR in the real for your real job.
It's spin zone. That's all it is. That's it. He's not going to. He's not doing any of that.
I love it.
He's out of town. He's out of the picture, so you can sell everybody on the fact that he's doing something. Maybe he was in Utah. Maybe he was somewhere else. But I'll tell you, he was on Zoom.
The thing about him being in contact with the team all day undercuts the weight, the seriousness of how he's handling the problem. He's got total, complete commitment, even though he's back at work on Monday.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
If they wanted to play it like this, they should have go away a week. Don't show up on Monday.
No, they're trying to play anything. It's just it always
blows up in your face.
It creates more trouble. Like lying and spinning and why don't you just say what it is? People will forgive you. It's not all that. You create more intrigue by all this futzing around. And believe me, we're the worst. We're your worst nightmare when it comes to this because I'll just futz around with this all day.
We love to futz.
I have no moral high ground. I'll just throw whatever theories out there and go with it. All right, so there's the latest on Vrabel. Bruins, Red Sox, this. You want to touch on the Celtics? By all means, it's Reentry Monday. Your calls right after this. Sean and Lawrence. Go, Sean.
You keep saying, I didn't actually watch the game, whether it's Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, whatever. Isn't your job as a talk show host to actually watch sports?
So I would say my job is to get you to listen.
That is the job.
Mission accomplished.
Take this job and shove. Felger and Maz, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
There was a report during ESPN's draft coverage from Peter Schrager that Mike Vrabel, as it says down there, was in constant contact with the Patriots on Saturday while he was missing the third day of the draft because he was attending counseling. Then Schrager tweeted, he said, following up on the report, that's a hell of a way to say I was dead wrong. Now he's saying that, oh, no, he wasn't there at all. The plan was for them to be there. The plan was for him to be in contact, but he wasn't in contact. They thought he was going to be in contact, but he wasn't. That's a big gap. That's a 180 if I've ever seen one. And I'm not here to say that Schrager got it wrong. He may have gotten it dead on balls accurate. But if he did, it's the latest chapter in this clumsy, awkward PR disaster that everyone connected to this mess has responsibility for. Patriots, The Athletic, the crisis communications expert hired by Diana Rossini, formerly The Athletic, and connected to Mike Vrabel through all the photos that got this all started nearly 3 weeks ago. Everybody screwed this up. And the latest screw up is putting out this idea that Vrabel was in constant contact with the Patriots on the third day of the draft and now having to get out the mop and the bucket and say, oh, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome.
Why are they getting tripped up on that little detail? What does it matter? Why don't they just say from the start he's not going to be in contact with? He's got to attend to a family matter on Saturday. So then they say he's going to be in contact with us. They say, no, he's not going to be in contact with us. Schrager says, yeah, he's in constant contact. Well, no, actually, I meant to amend my previous report. What?
Because they got caught in a lie. He was always going to be a part of day 3 of the draft, just not in the building.
Back to your calls. And on this Jeremy Swayman thing, he might have pulled himself off the ice himself. Jeff in Pembroke. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, if you guys look at the clip of him coming to the bench, Korpisalo is sitting there, not like a goalie who knows he's going in. If he knew he was going in, he would have been ready, and as soon as the whistle blew for the commercial, he would have been on the ice warming up.
Good point.
Well, let me go back and look at that.
Going back through Ty Anderson, who covers the Bruins for us here at the Sports Hub, his tweets yesterday, we'll find out post-game, but I think Swayman pulled himself, to be honest. He went over to Korpisalo, said something, and then said something to the bench before getting off the ice.
So I tie that into what he said when he got to the bench. I wonder if he was barking at someone for... so the clip I have is Korpisalo is on the ice when Swayman gets there with his gear on. So I don't know about that, but that's just a clip. I got to go back and...
But now that's two people. Again, you heard from someone that was here yesterday.
But anyway, Ty Anderson was there watching it, so he's watching the interaction during the whistle.
And he thinks Swayman pulled himself, to be honest, is what he wrote.
Well, because when the 6th goal went in and he wasn't coming off, that was notable. That's sort of the spot right there. 6-0, you could make the case for 5-0, but 6-0 for sure, you're out. Save you for the next one, and that whole thing. And Beers immediately on the live call went to it. So this is where he comes off. Why would he in there? Why have to worry about his confidence? Take him out is what Beers was saying for all intents and purposes. And so when they hit the whistle on the TV timeout, I bet the people who are dialed, Ty Anderson and others, watch it. Watch the interaction. I'm going to go with, until I'm disabused of this notion, that he was yelling at someone on the bench for not getting him off the ice. That's what I'm going to say. Whether it was,
I got to do this myself.
Well, yes,
wake up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whether it was Sturm, again, he wouldn't be unless Sturm was down the bench. I don't know. I don't know who runs the. Is there an assistant coach who's in charge of the goalie? I know it's goalie Bob, but I don't think he's on the bench.
No, he's usually upstairs.
I mean, you can say something, but not direct it at someone. You can yell it out as you're leaving the.
I'd be surprised if Swayman was yelling at his teammates. I've never heard him do that. I've heard him say a million things that make me want to throw myself off a tall building and just end it because the kid is so effing painful to listen to. But I've never heard him really bag on his teammates. I've heard him do just the opposite. I believe in these guys and the love and the blah, 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 the things that make me want to retch. I've never seen him on the ice. I've never seen him off the ice get on his teammates. Ever. I'd be surprised if he was yelling at his teammates. I bet he was yelling at a coach.
I like this.
I bet he was yelling at a coach for, you're going to hang me out to dry? You're going to leave me out there? I got to do that. Again, my working theory till I've heard otherwise. I call your timeouts and now I got to call the goalie change too? Wake up. Something like that. I like that one better. But again, Swayman apparently spoke today. We're trying to endeavor to get the sound. Are there any?
I'm sure that was.
Yeah, do we have some? Yeah, Jimmy, give it to me.
We have cuts.
Okay, let's hear it.
Jeremy, the cameras kind of caught you barking as you left the game yesterday. What was that message?
We have a extremely high competitive group, and we all have a standard that we all carry ourselves to, and it wasn't met, so that was just emotion. And again, I know that it's moved on now, and we have a job to do going into Buffalo.
Was it purposeful? Was it something you recognize? You don't do that sort of thing very often. If you did it in a specific spot, it might carry some weight.
I think, yeah, you definitely pick and choose times that, especially a goalie, can show emotion. But at the same time, again, we win as a team and we lose as a team. And everyone in here has a standard that we know we're capable of. And I think that's what really is the underlying cause here. And again, we know we have a job to do. We know we can compete at an extremely high level, and that's what we're going to do.
Okay. He made it sound like he was talking to the players. It looked like he was angled towards the players.
There's one more cut if you're interested.
I am.
Please.
Was there a little bit of frustration from you in that game, just watching some of the stuff that played out in front of you? Is that part of what came into the emotion of coming out?
I think, again, it's you win as a team, you lose as a team, and everyone has a standard in this locker room, and that was just a part of it. And if I'm thinking about other guys' good things and bad things, I'm not focused on my own game to the maximum potential I could be. So I know that again, we all have a standard in here, and we can all reach a pretty high level, and that's the confidence moving forward that we're going to stay positive and understand there's a great opportunity ahead.
4 standards used in those clips. Is the standard, like we're saying here, that when you're usually pulled is 6 goals?
It's not really a number. It's more.
There's something that's standard. He kept using that word on purpose.
Jimmy, can you just give me the very first question answer that you played? Very first one.
Jeremy, the cameras kind of caught you barking as you left the game yesterday. What was that message?
Okay, that's fine. What was that message? I would just say, what'd you say?
What'd you say?
What did you say?
Who are you yelling at?
Like I just
coach the players.
Jeremy, what did you say? And then he can obviously say, well, that's between me and the team. Like you don't have to answer it. Your best chance is just sort of a simple, direct thing. All right. Anyway, that's going on.
That's all part of the Felger and Maz Journalism School. Lesson 101. They're not your friends.
Mitch and Quincy. Yes, Mitch.
Yes, 2 quick things. Right after the game, they went into the locker room. A reporter asked Geeky what happened out there. He said, it's a 2:00 game. It's too hard for the guys to get up for it.
Oh my God.
The second comment is about the Red Sox. Where was McCarthy should know this. Where's the video replay guy for Tracy so they could challenge to play at third base?
So this is actually an interesting thing. They don't have that level of replay at AAA, so this is a new thing for Tracy. Challenging a call, I think it was at third base yesterday. They probably don't have that system down.
So wait, they missed a challenge opportunity?
Yeah, yesterday during the game.
What system? Tracy, challenge it.
Well, so the old system with Cora is the bench coach was the one on the phone.
I know,
with the
and
video
you hold
guy.
but does he not watch? Does Tracy not watch Major League Baseball?
So I hear what you're saying.
Listen, there's no system. Any close play, the manager goes like this. He puts his hand out. And then we all have to sit there with our thumb up our ass until the guy down in the tunnel gives him the go Or replay. What system? There's no system.
There's no guy in the tunnel.
They didn't have anyone in the tunnel?
No, the guy in the tunnel actually wasn't fired.
Really?
I did hear this yesterday.
He's a Cora loyalist.
He is.
The replay guy stayed?
Yeah, Brentley. Actually, he is a Cora loyalist.
Yeah.
But this isn't that complicated.
Well, might be. He was asleep.
Any close play. Fat ass manager puts his hand out. Now we sit there as the manager waits for the guy down the tunnel to tell him, and then the manager either goes like this with the go ahead, or he puts his hands on his ears, and that's it. That happens 20 times a game.
Not yesterday.
That's
They
unbelievable.
didn't have a system, Mike.
Oh my God. The gang that can't shoot straight. That's unbelievable to me.
You know, we return from McCarthy's headlines. We have more from page 6.
Oh,
we do.
The Mike, our cuppeth runneth over. The latest from page 6, right after the headlines.
Felger.
Shush.
Maz. The Sports Hub.
Page 6 has released a new story on Mike Vrabel. Jim Murray, I'll let you take it away.
All right, headline. Mike Vrabel jets to Salt Lake City mid-NFL draft. Buys wife apology present after Diana Rossini photo scandal.
The headline on the main page reads, Guilt Trip.
Oh, very good.
Guilt Trip.
That's much more New York
They are
Post.
the best.
Guilt Trip. Subhead, Mike Vrabel jets to Salt Lake City mid-NFL draft. Buys wife apology present after Diana Rossini photo scandal. Jim, take it away.
As seen in new pics exclusively obtained by Page 6, the Patriots head coach bought the present believed to be for Jen Vrabel at the Salt Lake City International Airport on Saturday. Let me just say parenthetically, if you're trying to save a relationship and they have photos of you buying a gift for the person you're trying to save the relationship with, your wife, girlfriend, whoever it may be, don't buy it at the airport. Go to a real store.
The Salt Lake City airport. Salt Lake City, our most soulless, creepy city. The most soulless, creepy city in America is Salt Lake City.
Babe, sorry I was banging someone on the side for 6 years. I got you a magnet and the new people from Hudson News. Hope you forgive me.
No, why don't you tell people where the store was actually?
As seen in these new pics exclusively obtained, Mike, who was still wearing his wedding ring, browsed a store called Hip and Humble and landed on a baby blue sweatsuit.
A baby blue sweatsuit?
Yes.
It looks like a very nice sweatsuit.
At Hip and Humble.
So this is how he's going to put things together after 6+ years, perhaps a child out of well. That's how he's going to.
Apparently so.
A sweatsuit.
They write more. The former NFL linebacker, who shared in 2025 in an interview with the Athletic that he and Jen own a home in Park City, Utah, where they like to ski and celebrate the holidays, snapped examining the loungewear before making the purchase. We're told Mike looked at the matching set for a brief moment before yanking the items off the rack and speed walking to the register to check out.
Maybe she just likes being comfortable. It's loungewear.
He was dressed down in light jeans, a blue puffer vest, and matching undershirt, accessorizing with a baseball cap, black travel backpack, and Nike sneakers. Jen not photographed with Mike. Unclear whether the married couple reunited at any point during the trip. Mike's purchase for Jen comes on the heels of Page 6 publishing a new series of photos of the coach cozying up to Diana Rossini at the New York City bar 6 years ago. And that was really it. But, yes, trying to save the marriage via
How do they know?
Humble.
How do they know it was for the wife?
See, that's my point.
So, yeah, did he turn around and say, oh, you're taking photos of me? Okay, here, let me tell you what's going on. I'm trying to save my marriage. You see, here's my ring on. Because they point out he's wearing the wedding ring. And I'm buying her this blue sweatsuit here at Hip and Humble. This feels kind of contrived. Yes, me.
So it's just
what the hell is going on? By the way, vindicated by the news that I'd heard.
I mean, like immediately vindicated
that he was in Salt Lake City, Utah this weekend for 2 days. Got to get back and work, babe. Hope the marriage is saved. Here's this blue sweatsuit I got you at Hip and
There's
Humble.
no way it's for her. There's no way.
Yeah, right. It could.
Not a chance.
Do you think it's for Diana Rossini? Then?
It's for literally anybody else besides Jen Vrabel. First and foremost, to your point, Murray, if you cheat on your girl, you cheat on your wife, the last thing you're buying her is a blue sweatsuit. Baby, I would never do it, but I am not buying you a blue sweatsuit in the event that I do. I promise you that. I can promise you both of those things.
At the Salt Lake City Airport.
Salt Lake City Airport.
Oh, my goodness.
My sense is Page 6 contacted him, say, we have these pictures of you. And he said, yep, buying them for the wife. Got to stick to the story. Counseling, weekend, week away with the wife, doing what I can. I'm just buying this for her as a gift, an apology gift. It's so easy for him to say that it's for her. No way it's for her.
He's 1,000% right, though. They reached out to him because they've tried to reach out to him before.
Yeah.
And now hey, we have new photos of you. Who are you buying this for? My wife. And did you see the ring? Had the wedding ring on. So, yes, they got this information straight from him.
So, I want to say poor guy, but no. You
brought it on yourself.
Screw around, lying cheap, then doesn't make you the worst person in the world, but you don't want to end up on page 6 buying a blue sweatsuit in the Salt Lake City airport and get snapped by the New York Post on page 6. Don't lie and cheat and then lie about it further, and you brought it on yourself. So, whatever. If I was about to say poor guy, I take it back. This is kind of what you get. All right. To your phones, as promised. Mike in Milton has been waiting patiently on the Red Sox. Mike, thanks for hanging on for so long. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. They should have fired Cora months ago. I mean, years ago, when they decided they were going to be a small market team. I mean, they're a small market team, which I'm not really interested in following and rooting for a small market team. So I'm out. But in terms of McCarthy, I just want to say he's a nerd in sheep's clothing. He doesn't even believe in clutch. So you got to watch out for him. I'm telling you, he sits there, but he's a nerd in sheep's clothing. And Felger, you have rabbit ears just like Cora. You haven't done a full week of BST since we were making fun of you about coming to work all the time.
They cut me back.
So
talk to them about that. I'm down to 3 days. Sorry. You don't believe in clutch and late?
I very much do believe in clutch and late. He's got the wrong guy.
Well, he was online for a long, long time, so I'm going to give him plenty of leeway. The point I do want to pick up on was, yes, Cora is a horrible fit for how they want to run their business and their baseball operation. Absolutely. And it started to go bad with Chaim Bloom. And I'm telling you that my main takeaway is Alex Cora, this is richly deserved. He's been poisoned by the job or the constraints of it, or whatever the case may be. Because as the years have gone on, he has become increasingly paranoid, rabbit-eared, backstabbing, backbiting, office politician, more consumed with that crap than he is with the actual baseball team. And it's because that the managers, the general managers they put on top of him and the way they run the team is not how, those aren't the kind of teams he played on. That's not the kind of teams he first managed here. And that's not his best fit. And so it's been a bad fit from the start of the Chaim Bloom era, and it hasn't changed, and it went on too long. And it's time they made this move.
Yeah, his bitchiness kind of ended up biting him in the ass. It does feel like the early 90s, late 80s all over again, though, in terms of what he's turned into, because it always became so toxic with Red Sox managers.
Right.
And he went right down that road.
The remarkable thing is they let him keep the job for 8 years. I mean, generally, Red Sox managers are 3 years and done. That's been the history of it. He's the third longest tenured manager in the history of the franchise. It's remarkable they let it go on this long.
They should have never given the extension, but if he shouldn't have signed it either, because at that time it felt like it was kind of, starting to get a little bit bumpy here for him, but I get it. It's a mountain of money. Who would say no to it? But if they're giving you that money, they're paying you to shut up and do the job correctly.
Long commercial-free segment comes your way next.
Mike and Tony have a definite chemistry.
Are they? 100%.
Are they?
Yes, 100. Do I stutter?
Do you consider them the periodic table of sports talk?
Put down your pipe and smoke it. Sorry. We need to blow a gasket.
No. Blow it, baby. Blow it.
Felger and Maz.
When things are going wrong, something's going to change. And Chaim Bloom did not proactively get out in front of Alex Cora getting the blame a few years back when things were off the rails. And that led to Chaim Bloom getting ousted here. Craig Breslow, I think, got ahead of the curve. And that is the key distinction. We've talked on this podcast, from trading Rafi to other moves to drawing a hard line with Bregman, love it or hate it. This is a guy who's ruthless, and he does what he thinks is best for himself and his organization. And wiping out Cora and a bunch of guys who are Cora guys on that staff, Vasquez, Fatsy, who Cora is a huge fan of, Veritek, you name it. To me, that is Craig Breslow putting his imprint on the organization, and it's self-preservation and him saying, look, I'm not going to let Cora wheel and deal and backroom his way with Sam Kennedy to my firing in a way that Chaim Bloom felt happened with him. And that's a real piece of this. They had the backdrop of a 10-17 record and a really poor performance, a slow team with no energy to start the year. But it's urgency, it's a lack of patience, and it's a shocker. I mean, it's just an absolute stunner as we sit here today.
Craig Breslow was not going to go down the drain like Chaim Bloom, right, Matt?
That's exactly how it went down. I mean, Cora undeniably stabbed Bloom in the back. Not that I was complaining that he got Bloom fired, but Breslow was not going to let the same thing happen. He seized power. He took out the 5 coaches. I mean, Cora answered for Santino. I mean, this was him seizing complete and total power and settling all the family business.
Was part of the problem with Cora that he did have that kind of power, like too much power that he could go up the back steps and say, hey, look, it's the GM, not me.
Yes,
no doubt
the ear
about
of
it.
Henry loves him.
Yeah, and that's not a functional organization. It's one of the reasons why Craig Breslow was the 12th guy they wanted to interview for the job. Obviously, ownership was a concern there, but if you're an experienced general manager, do you want to come into a situation where whether Bloom was rightfully or wrongfully fired, and I totally believe he was rightfully fired, do you want to come in and have a manager forced on you who was one of the reasons that the previous general manager got fired?
No,
you can't have it. It's a completely dysfunctional organization.
Not a manager that has an issue with the hierarchy.
As Matt is saying, and Cotillo just kind of said, I'll read from his story on Mass Live. In 2023, Bloom decided to stay the course with Cora, who was privately back-channeling ownership with complaints about the roster and Bloom's inactivity. By mid-September, Cora found himself aligned with Henry Kennedy and the ownership group, a development that led to Bloom's ouster. Bloom did not act quickly enough to insulate himself from Cora's attempt to undercut him. So Breslow's decision, while about a fresh start for the Red Sox, was also an act of self-preservation. And I'm going to insert this. He had to get Cora before Cora got him.
Exactly.
Because Cora was coming after Breslow just like he came after Bloom.
Friday night, Cora said, we have a lot of young guys, and it's my job to coach the young guys, which is a typical Alex Cora. This is the roster you've given me.
Yep.
My sense is that was the last straw for Breslow and ownership, and Breslow said, we got to get rid of this guy right now, and ownership said, yep, we're good.
If Breslow had sensed that any finger-pointing had started behind the scenes, he might have wanted to get out in front of the situation before too many fingers were pointed squarely at him. It was notable, too, that the fired coaches represented Cora's trusted confidants and closest friends on the staff.
A purge.
Meanwhile, Breslow kept pitching coach Andrew Bailey, a close friend of his from their playing days. The other Breslow-selected members of the pitching group also were spared, even though the Red Sox began the day ranked 24th in ERA. They weren't performing either, but he kept the pitching side. The only hitting coach to remain was John Staropoulos, who was at Driveline Baseball before joining the organization in 2023 and falls in line with Breslow's data-driven sensibilities.
Those grifters have worked out so well for the organization.
So I say blow them all up, like fire them all. It's all fine with me. But Alex Cora deserved to go. What, they're just going to go down this road again with Alex Cora climbing up the back steps to try to get another GM fired? What are we doing?
Can't have it.
He's not part of the solution going forward. He was now part of the problem. I'm not going to shed a tear for him being fired. It was time for Cora to go.
You know what I find so interesting about this, as you said there, Mike, I mean, it was a purge of the Cora people. But because Breslow, who acted far more ruthlessly and swiftly than Chaim Bloom ever did or would have been capable of doing, by purging Cora and everybody in the organization associated with him, there is no fall guy left. Which is why I found it interesting that he made it very clear that, well, Chad Tracy is the interim guy for now. We're not committing to him for the rest of the year because if this continues to go sideways, Breslow's going to need another fall guy, and it's going to be Tracy. Or he is going to try and let it be Tracy, try and make it be Tracy.
Sorry, Stu, give me what number 5, please. Breslow, number 5, just about that, keeping all the pitching coaches? Again,
it is true that we have fallen short in terms of the performance across, hitting, pitching, defense, base running. But as it relates to kind of the staff and trying to tease out, exactly what's driving that, have confidence in the pitching group's ability to turn that around. And I think we've seen evidence of that with Ranger and with Garrett and, have the full confidence in that group to be able to get us on track.
What a fraud. Seriously. What a weasel. Yeah, weasel bot right there. You kept your guys, you fired Cora and his guys. It's as simple as that. So Breslow has a, whatever this is, 135-game stay of execution, but he's gone too. The roster he put together is not good enough. I don't care what sort of sugar high they get out of this, and they might. They might play better. They might be better. They might. defer to more young guys, and they might. It's just I just don't think they're good. I don't think the roster's good enough, and so he'll be next to go. But I still don't blame ownership. It was time, Cora. My God, overrated, backstabbing, passive aggressive, rabbit-eared, distracted, at times checked out manager. More worried about the office politics and playing favorites, how he was viewed, putting out, passive-aggressive comments about the roster and what he's been handed and what people are saying and how he's being blamed, and it's not my fault, it's his, and this thing. He turned into this guy, he turned into this thing, this caricature of this paranoid, insular, rabbit-eared Red Sox manager in the corner office, which he wasn't when he got there, but he became that guy. And boy, was it time for him. So, yeah, he's not the problem. Obviously, he's not the problem. He's better at his job than Breslow is at his. And John Henry lost his way a long time ago, and I know that remains the problem.
But he became blinded by his own frustrations about how the organization is run, and he started managing in a petty fashion.
Absolutely petty, office politic, backstabbing, backbiting, paranoid guy is what he became. And he deserved to go. And they might as well. If they're going to blow the whole thing up, might as well try it for half a season. See if the minor league coach who coached a lot of these guys gets the most out of their younger players. Hopefully they, I'm with McCarthy. I would DFA Trevor Story. Mm-hmm. Get out of my face. Like, you're entitled to some sort of answer or say in the whole thing. You suck. You've never won a thing and you suck. And what are you really upset about? The direction of the franchise or the fact that your enabler, Alex Cora, is not going to put your lineup every day?
Isn't
that something? So Cora's gone first day. Tracy's on the job. Trevor Story out.
Doesn't it make Tracy's job easier if you designate Story for assignment?
Sure.
I mean, Story's batting 198. He's obviously a problem in that clubhouse. He's a leader, which is not a good thing because you're leading this team to nowhere. Make the guy's job easier. But I don't know if Breslow wants to do that because, again, Tracy is his new fall guy. Does Tracy help a stay of execution a little bit later on if it's July and it's not going well? Well, obviously, Tracy's not getting the most out of these guys. I don't think it's going to work, man. It probably won't work, but he needs to keep that card. Not that it's a good card, but he wants to keep it.
I'm not sure if that's what it is. And I don't really know what it is. I guess money would be. I mean, they're paying Cora out the door. So that's $8 million a year to do nothing, which pisses Henry off. What if they just don't want to pay anybody? And Tracy.
Well, then that's the reason to keep Tracy.
Yeah.
They are full. I mean, they made it clear they are not committing to him at all for the rest of the year. I mean, generally interim guys are there for the rest of the year. I know it's April, but I mean, he made it clear twice in that presser yesterday. He might not be the dude.
He needs someone to right the ship so he can save his own ass.
And let me tell you, the way Alex Cora has responded, meaning texting reporters at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm happy. Again, I'm happy. Read the text message from Alex Cora late Sunday morning, roughly 12 hours after he was fired by the Red Sox, writes Pete Abe. Just 2 words, but they said everything. And then he texted out, happy. He replied all to a Red Sox company-wide, if you will, organization-wide email saying what? The Cores will be fine?
Yeah.
With smiley-faced emojis. So he's like taking pictures of himself getting on private planes, dining out in the North End, right? Like he's on a victory tour of some kind.
4 a.m. too, 12 hours after. Yeah.
He was up at 4 a.m.?
Yeah, Cora was up at 4 a.m.
Long
night.
But there's no sort of, dude, you're in last place. And you were the manager of a last place team. You failed. You fell flat on your face and you failed. And he's not carrying himself at all like someone who had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, at part
of it.
Again, if he were, I said a mensch before, but if he were a good guy in the right place, and I don't know if he's a good or a bad guy, but I think I think the job or his time here has twisted him a little bit. And if he was in the right place or in the right mind or doing the right thing, he would show contrition and responsibility and feel bad that the team's in last place and whatever my role was in it, I bear responsibility for that. I'm not celebrating it. I'm not happy. You're happy that you're in last place and got fired? What kind of a-hole does that? You loser.
Probably the kind of a-hole who was one of the architects of a major cheating scandal and was only, ultimately conciliatory after he got suspended for a year.
You're in last place, you failed, and you got fired. and you're happy. Jerk. Like, it's just sort of a jerky
So
way
I say
to
good riddance.
like. You know, and the players that aren't taking responsibility are jerks too. I was like, everyone should have their head. You fire a manager, a popular manager, 27 games into the season. A lot of people failed on a lot of levels, and they should all own a piece of it. And Cora not to own any one piece of it just shows you where his head's at. It's in the wrong place. It was time. It was time for this guy. So there's your Alex Cora reset. Calls on everything. The final hour, I promise you, on a Reentry Monday. 90 seconds, no commercials for Matt McCarthy, and we're right back.